Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. This is another Norwich City manager update, and there has been some big progressive news as of today. So let's just get straight into it. It broke earlier this morning from Connor Southwell that Gary O'Neill would not be the man taking over the Norwich City head coach role. Obviously there had been a lot of speculation that it was going to be between him and Tomasson, and O'Neill was confirmed it would not be him. The fact he's now had 2 interviews with us and failed to get the job twice, I can't imagine he'll be back a third time if this appointment doesn't go too well. But the comments in the video were quite interesting. Some people saying actually that his survival in the Premier League is worth more than a close playoff finish from Tomasson, and that he is the kind of manager that we need for the man management side. I think we all know what we'd get with O'Neill. He is a good man manager, but the actual tactics behind it don't point either way to being defensively solid or free-flowing attackingly. So with O'Neill, it was more of a case of he would be the person that could get us out of that scrap. The fact that we've now basically confirmed it's not happening was a bit of a shock. It was then released that it was between Tomasson and 2 unnamed individuals, and a lot of people speculated either side, that either Tomasson was a smokescreen for the 2 unnamed individuals, which was my initial thoughts. I then also saw thoughts of the 2 unnamed individuals are the smokescreen for it just clearly being Tomasson. Connor Southwell confirmed that there definitely were 2 other players, managers, within the contest, and that they just didn't have enough evidence to kind of confidently point a rumour out to there. So in that regards, that kind of threw everything up in the air. Just quickly, about 70% of the people watching this video are not subscribed. Set a very audacious goal to try and hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are so close to that. So if you will come along on that journey, you've been enjoying the managerial updates and you enjoy the vlogs, click the subscribe button down below. There was then the rumour around Raphael Wicki, who was linked with the Middlesbrough job as well, very strongly. Managed Chicago Fire, managed Young Boys, and has been out of work since 2024, I believe. And I think the rumours of those, because he is linked with a championship team, a little bit like Hellberg, who looks set certain to go to Swansea, was that we could be in that market as well. And he also plays a 4-4-2 diamond quite a lot, which people thought could suit the players that we currently have. Connor Southwell has again reported that he is not one of the names that will be under consideration, and that he's not one of the 2 mystery managers that we've currently got going around our heads trying to figure out who that is. And then literally about 10 minutes ago, just before I thought I was going to break the news or go through the breaking news of Gary O'Neill, was that Connor Southwell says Tomasson is also now not in contention. So we're down to the final 2. It was talked about that obviously, I think by the looks of it, the leadership group and the owners have had a lot more say and a lot more kind of direction around which manager / head coach we'll be going for. And I think that's now showing. I think we're kind of picking off the people now one by one who will fit the mold or the route they want to go down. They've obviously bought this analytics company as well for purely Norwich's use, or for Norwich to fully utilise, and kind of embracing the fact of being a data-led club, which I think the only 2 clubs that use that at the moment, I think, are Brighton and Arsenal have their own data centre. Maybe Brentford and Arsenal, but it's 2 of those 3 clubs are the only ones that are actually using or got a data company to kind of help with managerial stuff as well as transfers. So that's also another interesting step. But breaking news is the 2 front runners that we were so set on, it could be them, are now gone. It then throws it up in the air on who it will be. Gunnar Solskjaer was rumoured early on. Rob Butler put that one to bed, saying that that wasn't a name that could be in contention. We've had Papson, who was in contention. That one then went quiet. We had Fotheringham that was linked, and that one's gone quiet. There was also talks around Craig Fleming potentially coming back at some point. That's also gone very quiet as well. So I think we could probably put those ones to bed. From all intents and purposes, there's a very kind of accurate amount of time that they said there'd be no movement, which was there wouldn't be an announcement within the next 36 hours, which was kind of yesterday tea time, which does kind of lead to it being potentially a early morning tomorrow appointment announcement. There was one named Bo Svensson that was linked and then came in the odds and then disappeared from the odds. That was the only other name that we could really be looking at. I think the fact is that, and I think we've alluded to it in the videos a little bit, that there could still just be this massively left field name. The fact we're in the current kind of day and age of reporters and social media, that there's still two names which even the closest journalists to the club aren't comfortable kind of 100% saying it's these two people, shows that they're really trying to keep a tight kind of ship of everything that's going on and not wanting it to get out to the press. And maybe O'Neill and Tomasson were a little bit of the smokescreen. Their interviews got linked very early on, saying that they've had interviews, which was last week, and the fact that they would have carried on their interviews throughout the week, and these two names have managed to go under the radar. I've seen someone maybe say, could it still be Carrick? I think if it was him, we would have heard more rumours about it. He was rumoured early on, but then again, that went quiet because he supposedly wanted to stay up north. So I think there's a real opportunity that it's going to be a real curveball now that we wouldn't be expecting and may come as a little bit of a shock to most of the Norwich City fan base. I think for me, that makes it quite exciting. I quite like the idea of an unknown coach coming in, but it's huge risk and huge reward. If this goes wrong, Napper's obviously gone. I think the ownership will be facing tough conversations with the fans on why they trusted Napper with another appointment. I think as well, if you're not going for someone who's instant results, potentially like Gary O'Neill would have been, then if they lose their first 4 or 5 games, or they don't get a win in their first 4 or 5 games, the pressure's really amped up, and I think that's going to be really telling. And if you're getting a potentially more inexperienced manager in, that could be a real breaking point. But as I said, I find it quite entertaining. I find it quite exciting. I think now we've just got to back, obviously, whoever comes in, no matter what. We've got to give them the full backing. We've got a game next Saturday, or this Saturday, should I say. That's coming around very quickly. And yeah, I think it'll be really exciting to see what kind of team layout. I think there's always that buzz over the first kind of formation, selection, what they go for. So I'm really excited to see that. When it breaks, I imagine it'll break tomorrow morning. So I think when I get back from work, we'll do a video on who it is. We'll try and do a bit of research, to bit of insight into what we can expect with them going forwards. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, as always, leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below who your predictions are. As I said, it looks like it's going to be completely left field, so comment down below your strangest one that you could possibly predict. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.